Hi, I'm Amanda, and welcome back to Adapt and Flow Yoga. Today we'll be practicing sun salutations. I'll talk you through how to perform these seated in a chair, on the mat, and even in standing. We'll go over a couple different variations and know that there's lots of ways you can adapt this in any of these positions. So we'll start seated in the chair. So come to the front of the chair with your sit bones really grounded and stable, your feet flat on the ground. If you have two blocks, you can bring them kind of on either side of your feet so that they're there for you as you continue your practice. We'll begin with the hands down by the side, rolling the shoulders open, the shoulders away from the ears. Your chin is tucked slightly and your head is lifting up towards the ceiling. Imagine that there's a string coming out of the top of your head, pulling your spine up so tall to where your head feels as if it might touch the sky. This is our mountain pose. From here, inhale, sweep the arms up high. You can keep your gaze straight ahead or look up towards the sky. Breathing in here. As you exhale, open your arms out to the sides for a forward fold. You can come all the way down to touching your feet here, placing your hands on blocks, or even keeping the hands in the lap. Wherever you are, trying to relax your head, releasing any tension that you're holding on to here. So staying in this forward fold for a few breaths, choosing whichever variation feels best in your body. As you're ready, we'll go into a halfway lift. If your hands are on the blocks, you can bring them up to your thighs. If you came all the way down to your feet, you could even come up to the blocks. We're going to lengthen through the spine, dropping the shoulders away from the ears again. The hands can be on the blocks or on the thighs. This is our flat back. So trying to imagine that our spine is totally straight from the tailbone out through the top of the head, just like you did when we were sitting upright in mountain pose. So breathing in here and out. One more breath, really experiencing this posture. On your exhale, fold forward. That forward fold, again, taking whatever version of the posture worked best for your body today. Good. And then as you're ready, we're going to slowly roll all the way up, coming to our mountain. This is a very basic, simple sun salutation. There are tons of additions. There's several different versions, sun salutation A, sun salutation B. There's things we can add and subtract, but this is a good foundation, something that you'll find in a lot of my flows moving forward. So it'll be great to practice how you can experience this in your body. So let's go through that a couple times in this seated position. Sitting up tall, arms down by your side, chin tucked slightly, spine really lifting tall, breathing in here in this stable, strong mountain. Inhale, the arms rise. Exhale, fold forward. Taking your version of this posture. Taking a breath here in through the nose, maybe sighing it out of the mouth. Good. Preparing for a halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, stay. Good. Inhale one more time here. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Good. Inhale slowly brings you all the way up to the top to our mountain. We'll go through that again, just that same speed, a couple breaths per movement, and then we'll speed it up. Inhale, the arms rise. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Breathing here and out. Good. Preparing for a halfway lift. Inhale, lengthening. Staying here for another breath. One more breath in. And exhale, fold forward. Good. Inhale brings you all the way back up to our mountain. Now we'll try this one breath, one movement, 3 times straight through. Inhale, the arms rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, coming back to our start. Inhale, the arms rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale, stay. Good. Inhale, last one. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale brings you all the way back up. Exhale, stay. Perfect. This basis we can add on, adding lunge. We can come in and out of warrior 1, warrior 2, coming back to this flow or this sun salutation, knowing that this is a great base. So now we'll practice the same thing, but on the mat. So I'll give you a moment to either stay in your chair if you choose, you want to follow along still seated, or you can transition to the floor. So now we've made our way to our mat. You can sit your bottom flat on the mat. You can also sit on top of a blanket that's folded up like this. This just helps lift the hips up off the ground if you have really tight hips. So taking whatever version works for you, we will start by extending the legs out long. If this is too tight on your hamstrings, you could use the blanket beneath the knees or even the blocks. So knowing, once again, that's what this is all about, lots of ways to adapt. Let's go through how we could do that same flow, that same sun salutation we did seated on the mat. So starting sitting up tall, still the same thing, grounding through the sit bones, lengthening the spine, placing the hands down by your sides. Drop the shoulders away from the ears, lift up through your spine. Good. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up tall here, still trying to lengthen up through the spine, not slouching back with our belly, trying to sit up tall, shoulders away from the ears. You can take your gaze up towards the sky or keep it straight out in front of you, whatever feels comfortable. I'm going to move the blocks because I feel more comfortable without them. So we'll inhale, the arms rise back to where we were. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Coming as far forward as is comfortable for you, knowing that this is probably not quite as far as you were going if you were seated in the chair. Being mindful of any spinal precautions that you might have in your back, not bending excessively if you have any hardware. And also, we never want to push past pain. Discomfort, stretching is one thing. Pain, we never want to push through that. Always knowing we need to consult our medical advisor if we're experiencing any of that. After my little brief PSA, we will bring the hands down to the sides, right around the knees, and lengthen through the spine. So trying to, almost as if you're pulling your chest up and out through your arms for a halfway lift. Noticing how this feels compared to when you're sitting straight up over your hips. This is a great place as well to have a block underneath your hands. Demonstrate that as well. Good. And then as you exhale, fold forward, maybe coming down onto the blocks. Good. Inhale brings you all the way back up to where we began. A few other variations you can do here. The legs can be feet together, knees out. You could even have blocks supporting under the under the knees right here for a little more support. This is going to get more of the inner thigh whenever you're leaning forward, not as much of the hamstrings. So lots of variations. Again, remembering you can always sit up on a blanket or a bolster if we need a little bit of height. So we'll go through that again with the legs in this position just so you can see the difference. So we'll sit up tall, hands down by the side, shoulders away from the ears, lengthening through the spine. Breathe in here and out. Good. Inhale, the arms rise, maybe even lifting the gaze. Exhale, fold forward. If you changed your legs, noticing how this feels differently in your body, how the stretch in the hips feels different than the stretch in the hamstrings. Taking a few breaths here to release. Good. And then walking the hands back, this time perhaps right by the feet. If the knees are bent, lengthening through the spine for our halfway lift. Good. Noticing the strength, the stability from your bottom all the way out through the top of your head. How strong your core and your back is here. Then fold forward. Good. Inhale brings you all the way back up. And here we are. We'll go through that again 3 more times. 1 breath, 1 movement, just as we did before. Inhale, the arms rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way back up, making your way upright. I'm going to change my legs just so you can experience that. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, stay. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way back up. And exhale, stay. Fantastic. So the next version is standing. I'll demonstrate that with blocks as well as a chair, just so you can see a couple different versions. If you're not able to stand or it's unsafe for you to stand, I ask that you skip out on this next session. You can continue practicing along with us, either on the mat or seated in the chair. All right, let's get ready for our next version of our sun salutations. All right, now that we've got our chair, our blocks, we're ready to do this again. So I'm going to demonstrate with the chair first, knowing that when we go transition to the blocks, if you feel as if you might not be ready yet to move forward to the blocks, you can keep the chair with you. Again, like I said before, please ensure that you're practicing the safest version of this for you. So if you need to stay seated, if you need to stay on the mat, please do so and just join along with us. So ask if the chair is directly in front of you. Always ready to grab it if you need it. You may keep one hand on the chair the entire time we're doing this practice. You may not need to. So we'll start in our mountain pose. The feet are firmly planted on the mat. Arms are down and back. You're lifting your spine just like we did before. Imagine that we're growing from the feet all the way through the legs, out through the top of the head. Good. Noticing the strong, stable base here. We'll inhale, the arms rise, lifting the gaze up towards the ceiling, perhaps. Maybe keeping the gaze straight. Trying to drop the shoulders away from the ears here. Good. And we'll go into our forward fold. So we're going to place the hands on the chair and just gently bend the knees, leaning forward, letting the head relax, breathing in here, feeling the release in your low back, your neck, If you feel safe, you could even bring your hands all the way to the seat. And then as you're ready, placing the hands back up to the top of the chair, we'll halfway lift. Again, lengthening through the spine. So imagine from the tailbone all the way out through the top of the head, we're drawing a straight line. Good, and then exhale, fold forward. Good, inhale brings you all the way back up to your mountain. We'll do that again one more time, that slower pace, and we'll add it in. One breath, one movement. So again, standing up tall, really experiencing this posture in the body. Inhale, the arms rise. Exhale, fold forward. Maybe taking the hands all the way to the chair. Maybe keeping them up here. Just being careful that not to place it at the back, because if you have a folding chair, it will fold. If you're placing it on the seat, they need to be a little further forward. Good. And then sitting back up, halfway lift, lengthening through the spine. And then exhale, forward fold. Good. You inhale, come all the way back up, hands down by the sides. Adding on to that 3 times, one breath, one movement. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll all the way back up. Exhale, stay. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, slowly rising all the way to the top. Last time, inhale and exhale, forward fold, bending the knees as much as you need to. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way back up, hands down by the sides. Exhale, stay. Great job. So if you want to increase the challenge a bit more, I invite you to grab your blocks and just bring them right about the spot that the chair was in. If this is a little too much or you are unsure, then I would definitely keep the chair. So we have the blocks about right where the chair was. We're going to use those for our forward fold or halfway lift. So here we go again. We'll go ahead and go into it. One breath, one movement. Shoulders down and back, standing up tall, feet are planted, mountain. Inhale, the arms rise. Exhale, fold forward. Again, bending the knees as much as is comfortable. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way back up, maybe even using your legs to get back up. Exhale, stay. Good. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling all the way back up. Exhale, stay. Last one. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll all the way back up. And exhale, stay. Beautiful. You did a great job with all 3 of those versions. I hope that you were able to experience how progressively those different versions of the postures change. Or even if you stayed in the same spot the whole time, how are you able to experience repeating that same flow over and over again, how it becomes ingrained in your mind and your body. So I can't wait to join you next time together on Adapt and Flow Yoga.